Welcome back, Mid-Missouri, to the November edition of Making a Difference. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. November, Thanksgiving's coming. First signs of fall, winter. What are we going to do? Well, we just keep going. But tonight's show is going to get us ready for Thanksgiving, don't you think, ladies? Tonight, I want to introduce you to Linda Carl and Farah Monibi. Did I do that right?
You did.
Wow. With Be the Change Volunteers. You know, the more I learn about the program that you two are with, the more exciting I get. We get to really reach out and talk to a lot of people that do good things, mostly in this region, but your organization is international in scope. It's pretty cool stuff. Linda, tell us about Be the Change.
Be the Change Volunteers
Yeah.
is a developmental aid organization, and we build schools, typically in underdeveloped countries of the world. We are an all-volunteer organization, so all the funding is self-funded. We're self-funded when we go on projects. We have We've built 32 schools or improved educational institutions in 15 countries over the last 8 years.
Your mission statement is pretty simple: to improve education opportunities around the world.
Yep.
Wow. Farah, where do you fit into this? First of all, I have to let the world know you are both known as changers.
That's right.
That's an awesome title. I mean, we've had vice presidents, CEOs, but changers?
Changers.
I like it.
And there's some changer extraordinaires too.
I think two of you are right here. So Farah, tell us, as a changer, what do you do?
Well, I strongly believe in education, and I feel so blessed for all the opportunities I've been able to have in my own life. And I love being able to travel the world and spend time in different cultures, and at the same time help bring educational opportunities to these deserving students and families and create sustainable change for them and bring hope. And we like to say that we hand deliver hope and empower communities. And as a permanent student, I think I've been in school for over 20 years now, and I'm at Mizzou right now. I really enjoy being able to share that passion for education with people all around the world, and also locally by being involved in the chapter to help
Fair.
spread the word.
I'm excited just listening to you. I mean, you're using some really serious, powerful words: passion,
Passion.
empowerment, engagement.
Exactly.
I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Where are we going next?
We need
Now-
changers.
Yeah, we need changers.
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 Marco Tapia, the
Changers.
changer.
The changers.
I'm liking that. Be the Change Volunteers. Your organization began right here in Columbia, Missouri. Your founders are from right here.
Yes.
That is so neat. The first mission was to Rwanda. Now this was in 2007,
Yes.
2008,
Yes.
and this was a few years after basically genocide.
Yes.
Estimates 800,000 people killed,
Yeah.
and your organization goes to rebuild a church.
No.
No, a school. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. So tell me about that, Linda.
Well, apparently that school was, the first time that they went into it, they were able to see that about waist high to the knee, just all the bullet holes, because they were just ricocheting off and killing everybody. So it was a pretty dire circumstance, and the founders did come back from that visit. It wasn't with Be the Change, but that's what precipitated them creating this organization.
Sure.
They decided that they needed to make that kind of difference in the world. Since then, like I said, we've been in 15 different countries and in 32 other projects.
Now you're a 501c3.
Yep.
Okay, but self-funded.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, our projects are self-funded. So when I want to go on a project, I'm funding it for myself. And part of what I spend money on, or what I put in as part of the project cost, is to assist with the project materials as well. So it's not just our travel, it's also for the school build.
Where have you been?
I have been to Malawi twice and to Peru once. And
How's Peru?
It was awesome. What an amazing experience.
What a
that
great
was.
story, though.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty neat stuff. Linda, how about you?
I've gone to India. It was a 3-phase project, so the last 3 years I've been there. It's complete now, but I saw that village go from a one-level school to a 3-level school with a library and a playground, and now, I mean, I just heard over the summer that they've actually paved the road up to that school. So it not only improved that community, their standard of living raised as well as a result.
Amazing.
So once the structure is in place, whose responsibility is it to sustain the operation, provide the textbooks and all the materials for the children?
The schools themselves, and
Okay.
we have a way of ensuring sustainability with annual reports from the school, in which they provide enrollment and attendance information, as well as how they're keeping the school maintained, and they report on if they have any needs, and they do that for 10 years. And then we also send leaders out to the school sites to do on-site evaluations, to follow up on the reports, to make sure that they're accurate, to talk to the principals and teachers and students, do interviews, and assess the equipment and facilities to make sure that the return on investment and sustainability is the best possible.
So you're actually an efficient operation? Wow,
Our
that's
leader-
unheard of. You evaluate the effectiveness of your program? I
Yep.
love it.
Yeah, and it's a very, rigorous application process, 5 different parts, to ensure that the development aid is going to provide the resources, the equipment, the infrastructure necessary to ensure that survival long term.
Sure, sure. How do people become involved in your organization?
Well, locally, you can join a chapter. So we have chapters all across the U.S.
Now, Linda, you're a chapter leader.
I am
right?
a chapter
Not
leader.
only a changer,
I'm a chapter leader as well.
a chapter
Both Farrah and
leader.
I are chapter leaders here in Columbia.
I love it.
It's the Como chapter, so you
Okay.
can find us on Facebook. We post on Facebook and on the Be the Change Volunteers website what the chapter is doing throughout the year. So you can participate in that way. You can participate monetarily, because we need funding to continue
Sure.
to build schools. And you can also participate by going on a build. And we need good men that are willing to go. So no skill level necessary. We have people from
Good, I have no skills.
80 years old down to 15,
Hey, wait a
16-year-old
minute.
students.
Why would you start like that? Why would you say
I'm
that?
just saying that there's a range of people that
We hear people saying, well, I don't have
I'm too
construction
old.
skills.
And we've taken people in wheelchairs.
You know, after
people that-
listening to you two, you don't need a skill.
No.
You excite everybody you talk to. You have the passion.
Yeah, the
Thank
Farrah,
you.
I'm telling you. You use those big words. I can tell you're working on your
She's
doctorate.
a doctorate.
Yeah,
Doctoral
use
student.
those 3-syllable words. That's good. Ladies, listen, thank you so much for taking the time and spending it with us this evening. Please come back. Keep us posted.
We will.
Okay?
We will.
Promise?
Thank you.
Farrah, keep up the good work and keep using those big words.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, Linda, say hi to Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom. Thank you.
You're bad.
Welcome back to Making a Difference. My guests now are Jennifer Heibarger, coordinator, and Cindy Jacob, media specialist with Dance Ability. It's a cool name, Dance Ability. Man, oh man. Miss Heibarger,
Yes.
tell us, what is Dance Ability?
Dance Ability is a ballet class for children and adults with special needs. It is taught by one of the dancers at Missouri Contemporary Ballet, Caitlin Yonker. She's our instructor. She teaches all the classes.
So, you're affiliated with the Columbia.
Missouri Contemporary Ballet.
Missouri
we
Contemporary
run
Ballet.
through their school of ballet.
Okay. Wow, Cindy, you're not going to get out of this without.
I'm
talking.
ready.
Okay. As a media specialist, how tough is it to promote a program where you dance?
It's really not too difficult. A lot of it has grown by word of mouth, but I run our Facebook page. We're looking into doing a website. And then as the media specialist, since our kiddos have special needs, I do all the visuals that the kiddos might need during the class to show them what to do. Or we send home like a weekly activity for them to practice. It's pretty easy to spread it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it'd be pretty easy. Now, what a message to put out, especially that you're looking at your target audience, young people with special needs and adults with special
Yes.
needs. Now, define what special needs, who would fit into a special needs category?
So for us, special needs are children and adults that have cognitive or
Okay.
motor delays or communication delays or
Pretty much any of your medical kind of diagnosis, cerebral palsy, autism, Down syndrome, you name it, the whole gamut that kind of affects your ability to function. We wanted to make this class so that they would have somewhere that they could go to do things that a typical kiddo gets the opportunity to every day.
How helpful is dance in helping these young boys and girls, men and women, just helping them?
I mean, I've seen a lot of improvement in like social skills. Some of them wouldn't even know to go up to a friend and say hi, or they would use something besides their words to say hi, so we encourage that a lot. A lot of them are making friends, so you see things change in social, see changes in physical, balance is better, less clumsy, not tripping over things. What kind of things do you see?
Just their general excitement when they come. And initially, it's always difficult because it's a new thing and something they're not used to. But after a couple weeks, they really just know the routine and they're excited to be there. They are saying hi to all their friends. They're saying hi to their teachers. They're really clued into what's going on. Whereas a lot of times when they start, they don't really want to come in, or they don't want to leave mom or dad.
Sure.
They cry a lot, or they just have a lot of trouble, and we just support them where they are and meet their needs as much as we can to try and make it a successful and experience for them that they can grow from and really benefit from.
So I would assume that the mood at the beginning is anxious and to excitement.
Yeah,
You know, that-
absolutely.
that
That's
has-
a very
that-
good description.
That has to be just a phenomenal opportunity for you to, as teachers, because you're teaching, to see that change in these young men and women.
Yeah, there's a remarkable difference between like the dance ability one, which is the younger students, and the older one. You can see like kind of the anxiety in the younger class, and in the older class, it's like they've been doing it for a long time. They're friends. They're kind of joking
Old hat.
around, and then the adult class is it's just a completely different world. They're amazingly supportive of each other, always clapping for everything that everyone does
Isn't that
every
exciting?
time. Yeah, it's very exciting.
Well, and even just the growth between each class that we see in the students. Maybe the first couple weeks they have no clue how to put their feet in first position and put them out like this, so we help them, and then we slowly back off because they become more and more independent as the weeks go by, and just watching that increase in their own confidence is just one of my favorite parts in doing the whole program.
You know, I think you hit it right there, confidence in themselves. Wow. So, Jennifer, you and Cindy both come from education, correct?
I'm a physical therapist in special education for Columbia Public Schools.
How did you get into dance as a form of therapy? This is pretty awesome stuff.
I grew up a gymnast,
Okay.
so that maybe has a little to do with it. And then I took an adult ballet class there and just thought that would be a good class for kids with special needs. And
So you're going
just
through
knowing
this-
motorically that dancing is a good way to gain motor skills. And so for kids with special needs that have a hard time putting all those movements together, if you compare it with something they like, and music and dance, you're going to have more opportunity for repetition and more opportunity to learn.
So was everybody receptive to danceability when you first developed this concept?
Yeah, I mean, it happened quick. I mean, it's such a great concept. I'm like, who's going to say, I don't think that's going to work? No, it worked really well. As soon as I kind of approached a former instructor there, I said, would you ever be willing to do this? And we
Sure.
kind of started from there, and it happened very quickly.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
And we started with one class, and we now have 3 and wait lists
Yes.
every session.
That's perfect. Now, Cindy, your background?
I am a speech therapist, also in special ed in Columbia Public Schools. Jennifer kind of came to me when she thought of the idea and asked of my interest, and I have a background in dancing for 13 years, and so I told her whatever she needed, just let me know, because I
You
was
were
down.
there.
I was down.
I mean, how do you say no to this? With your backgrounds, both your backgrounds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
it's,
do
it's
you- how
probably
do you
why
say
it runs
no?
really well. I mean, a lot of our volunteers have some kind of background in children and
special ed.
adults with special needs. Although we do have like a dancer, one of the dancers has done really well, and Caitlin, our instructor, has done an amazing job at picking up of all the right verbiage and words to use and how to get kids to do their jobs and teaching them and instructing them too.
Do you do a concert?
We do. Our showcase is actually coming up here at the end of November. It'll be at Stevens College in the Windsor Auditorium this year on Friday, November 20th. It starts promptly at 6:30. Our little dancers got to try on their costumes the other day, and none of them wanted to take them off.
Wow.
So
pretty
they're
cool.
just as excited as we are, and we're super excited to have a stage this year,
Yes.
because previously we've just been doing it at the studio and squeezing as many people in as we could. So
Pretty neat stuff.
we're very excited.
You're
Yes.
you're a 501c3?
We
Nonprofit.
are, I guess. I
Yeah.
mean, some of our kids are funded through Boone County Family Resources. An
Okay.
agency will pay for this as like a class. A lot of them pay out of pocket. We are in the process of looking for a possible sponsorship or some kind of grant so
Great.
that nobody has to pay for anything. Leotards,
Very
tights,
good.
ballet
Very
shoes. So that's our long-term goal.
Stay with it. A
Yeah.
lot of people need you.
Yeah.
This is good stuff.
Yeah. I like it.
Now, the
Showcase.
recital,
Showcase?
showcase?
The end
yeah?
of the suites.
Yeah, it's the land of the sweets, so all
That's
of
the
the songs kind of go with the
The Nutcracker
Nutcrackery.
theme, yeah. So
yeah.
like candy canes, gingerbread.
A holiday
Very
theme.
sweet.
Yeah.
It is.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's come back. Let us know how that. Bring some pictures.
Okay.
Let's show some pictures. Bring
Yeah.
some pictures of the kids and come back and keep us posted.
Yes,
Let us
we'd
know
love
how
to.
everything's going, okay?
Okay.
Ladies, thank you so much. This
All
is
right.
exciting stuff.
Yes.
Can't wait to see the pictures.
All right.
Thank you.
You should come
Thanks
to
for
the
having
show.
us. Yeah, come to the show.
I might.
Yeah.
There
should.
we go. You're on.
All right.
Our final guest tonight is Nick Foster. Nick is the executive director with VAC, Voluntary Action Center.
That is
Buddy,
correct.
it's good to see you. I haven't
Thank
seen
you,
you in a
Marco.
while.
It's been a while. Yeah.
This is a busy time of the year for you.
It's a very busy time of the year for us because we're right in the middle of the holiday program preparation, and yeah, a lot going on.
You got the holiday program, but the daily operations do not stop for VAC, do they?
They don't, and we're staying very busy every single
There
day.
you are.
Yeah.
So tell us, holiday program. You're already into it.
We are. We already have signed up a whole lot of families to be a part of the program. We anticipate serving over 1,000 households this year. That's
Wow.
a lot of families with children, but some disabled folks and some elderly folks as well. So we've got all of them signed up. Now we're looking for the sponsors to help us provide for them.
How's it going?
Going pretty well. At this point, we're about where we would hope we would be, but I always get a little nervous every year in hopes that we'll
Sure.
get all of those sponsors that we need.
Do you have one sponsor per family?
Well, it varies. There are some, for instance, there might be an office that gets together and they sponsor 2 or 3.
Oh, there you go.
And then, for instance, there are churches, there's usually other organizations that will take a large number of families. And however they divide that up among the group is up to
Sure.
them, of course.
Sure.
But a lot of people just take that one family at a time.
2015 numbers still about the same as 2014. Have you expanded your program?
We haven't expanded it. In fact, we're hanging on there to about where we were last year. We feel like that's about where the community is in terms of supporting the program, so we're hanging in with that.
1,000 families.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
What I've always found intriguing about your organization is if you weren't doing this, who would be? If you weren't reaching out to these families in need, who would be?
Right. Well, you know, there are other organizations in town that are offering Christmas programs, and we work together with one another. For instance, Salvation Army has one, Parks and Recreation has one, Toys and Tots is out there, and then you've got a few others. Some of the schools are involved as well, but we're having conversations with one another about who we're serving so that we're making sure that We're not covering where somebody else might already be serving.
Good.
And then to be sure that those that we have that need this help will receive it.
Resources are fairly limited, I would assume.
Yeah, resources are always limited, and so we do everything that we can to be as good as stewards as we possibly can be with everything that's provided for us.
Great.
You know, VAC is really a community organization. There are a lot of organizations, there are wonderful organizations all over the community. A lot of them have connections outside of Boone County, but VAC is Boone County's social service agency. We have no statewide or national kind of affiliation. And I think that's part of the magic of what we do. So the community has some resources. They know that there are some people out there that need those resources. So we help get the resources to those who need them most.
And I guess the great thing about your partnerships, yeah, you're able to bring multiple resources together from multiple agencies and reach even more people.
Right, we work very closely with a lot of other agencies in
Great.
town, and so it's not uncommon at all for us on a daily basis to see a number of people who come to us from other agencies. And it's not uncommon at all for us also to send folks to those other agencies. But so altogether, we sort of provide a net that helps everyone.
So for the holiday program, where are you in the process? I mean, are there things that that the community can help you with?
Absolutely.
Tell us.
Yeah, the main thing is to be a sponsor for a family.
Okay.
And it's easy to do. Just call our office, 874-2273. We'll sign you up over the phone. We'll send you all the information you need, either by email or by snail mail, or both ways if that's the way you'd
You have
like
a
to receive
website?
it. VACMO.org,
Okay.
VACMO.org, and yeah, please go to our website. You can get information there. And then I'd say in the first two, well, not the first two, but the second 2 weeks, really beginning around December 7th, I believe, we'll need a lot of volunteers to help us because we have all those sponsors to bring those items to us at Trinity Presbyterian Church. A couple of days later on each of those 2 weeks, the families come and they pick up those items. And we need a lot of folks to sort of play Santa
Sure,
Claus and help us out with that.
What about other programs? What else do you have going on right
Well,
now?
as you said, we're still in the middle of this very large program that will serve somewhere around 3,500 people. We're still doing our regular things, and those services fall primarily in the areas of health, employment, education, and housing. So that means sometimes a lot of small things like a little bit of help with a copay on a prescription or a medical visit or bus tickets to get to a medical appointment, medical equipment, maybe help with an ID so you can apply for a job, or a work uniform so that when you start a job, you're able to start that job. Some of the bigger items for us, and unfortunately you talk about resources being limited, right now we are out of funds, but we do provide funding for rental assistance. So people who may be actually homeless and looking to get into a place, or people whose housing is at risk, we can help them stay in there.
If people want to make donations to VAC, how do they do it? How do they go about it?
We try to make as many ways as possible for that,
Okay.
Marco. So one of the easiest ways is just to visit our website, click on that donate button, and that'll take you to a page. There are a couple of ways you can do that, PayPal being one of them, or you can send us a check to 403A, Vandiver Drive, 65202. Come by the office. I'd love to. I love it when people come by and just leave a check, and I get the chance to talk with them about why they're interested and to say a word of personal appreciation.
Well, you know, you're over there off Vandiver,
Right.
and I've stopped in. You weren't there, but I've stopped in just to say hi. And of course, everyone looks at me like, I wonder who that crazy guy is.
Not at all. I mean, you know, there are people who stop in the. We're right next door to the license office.
Yep.
So everybody makes their way sooner
I
or
think
later.
that's what I was doing over there.
Yeah.
and
Every once in a while,
stop in to say hi.
I get my feelings hurt every once in a while when a friend of mine stops by. Hey, I was by your office today, and you didn't stop in. Well, you know.
Anything else happening that you want to tell us about?
Well, right now we're working on Warm Up Columbia. That happens on November the 7th. We've been collecting, or actually a lot of churches and then businesses in the area have been collecting coats, blankets, hats, gloves. This is one of our seasonal programs. We're doing those everyday kind of things. The holiday program is big right now. Warm Up Columbia happens in the fall. But on Saturday, a lot of people will just show up there and they'll be able to pick up some items that will help them and their family.
So if someone has just items around the house, they think they're they can get them and you can help them or help somebody with them.
Yeah.
Just drop them by.
Well,
bring
I would
them by.
always call ahead to be sure that that's
Sure.
something that we use. To be honest, we are in a small space. We don't have much storage space. So we try to be very targeted about those things. For
Okay.
instance, we'll do a thing called Homes for Computers. We get those computers from the city. And sometimes people call and say, hey, I've got a computer, would you like to have it? Well, honestly, we just can't do that because we don't have room to store those kinds of things and don't have the expertise to clean them up and get them ready for distribution. But from time to time, there are certain things. If you wanted to help us with a food drive, we have a small food pantry that would be helpful. And there are other things throughout the year. I would just encourage people
Just
to go to
reach
our
out,
website.
contact you.
Yeah, if you're saying, wow, I wonder what I can do today to help VAC, give us a call. We'll figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're helping our neighbors in the community.
Thanks for coming by again.
bet,
It's
Marco.
always nice to see you.
Thanks very much for having me.
Thank you for everything you do in our community,
Well,
and come back and see us.
Thanks. We're grateful for the
Okay, Nick?
opportunities.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
All righty.